Reminder, this is not financial advice. Please consult a licensed financial professional before making any investment decisions, and do your own research. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Market Update. My name is Darren. We're going to be talking today about the Genius Act, blockchain technologies, and how this kind of ties into the things I was talking about last week. And how did we even get to this point? Whose ideas are these, and what does it look like for us in the future, just in terms of monetary policy, and as well as public interest in what does this mean and represent for us in the future. So right away, the Genius Act passed. That is something that people have been curious about. What does this mean? What does it represent? And how does it affect us? Well, right now it doesn't really affect us too much, but it kind of lays the groundwork for the stuff that I talked about last week. Conversation last week really revolved around the gold standard, the history of it, and how we can use new technologies today to enhance what the gold standard was before. So that way we can move into a system that's more refined, but also stronger for all of us in terms of how our dollar is represented in its purchasing power, and its monetary policy, and its representation on the world stage. So the Genius Act essentially privatized blockchain technology. You can transact, and companies can transact with each other through a blockchain system. It basically subverts or replaces what is currently established as the SWIFT system. The SWIFT system is something that is represented by the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Banks. So laying the groundwork already for something new that would replace something so archaic and old, something that was implemented at Bretton Woods in 1944, like we talked about last week, the IMF and the World Bank. Here we are, all of a sudden, making some changes. And what is that going to mean to us in the future? What does that mean to us as golds and silver stackers? All of that, very important stuff. We're going to get into it. But first, I want to highlight something. Where does this idea come from of a blockchain system, but also a precious metal system? Well, I want to highlight one person. Her name's Judy Shelton. She is Trump's financial advisor. Trump nominated her in 2020 to be part of the Senate Banking Committee. She was promoted by Trump to be in this position, and she was ultimately viewed by her peers and the people that were on the Senate Banking Committee as too radical in terms of her ideas and her desires for implementation of new policy. Her vote never happened. It eventually got stalled, never did take place. And then by 2021, when the new administration had come in, her nomination was essentially removed. Listen to what she has to say about going back to the future using gold and blockchain technology.
Would returning to gold standard help the U.S. economy? Can you talk a little about your thoughts on that?
Well, I would say I don't see it so much as returning, but more of a back to the future.
Okay.
I think that what a gold standard stands for is monetary discipline for its own sake. That is, if money is supposed to be a unit of account and a reliable measure and a dependable store of value, it really shouldn't be subject to who's the chairman of the Federal Reserve. And I think that money needs to be stable and provide the foundation for productive economic growth. And when money is just a variable that financial markets toss around, or it's part of a derivatives formula, or it's part of someone speculating on currencies, it's not serving the private sector in the sense of providing that reliable unit of account so you can make plans. And under a gold standard, you did have that stability, and I think that's what's missing. And so I like the idea of a gold standard. I mean, it could be used in a very cryptocurrency way. The point is, do you have a unified money system so that when you talk about the international marketplace, everyone is playing on a level monetary playing field? And it's very important to have a rules-based approach. And that's why I'm advocating that we need to look at the virtues of a gold standard and try to come up with something much closer to matching those. And then I think we would have more solid economic growth.
Now, you see, with this, we're talking about the combination of precious metals and blockchain technology. For stackers, this is the part where everyone's curious of like how are we going to handle this financial crisis, the debt, the printing of money, monetary policy, the deficits, interest rates, all these things. There's people that have ideas about how to get rid of the old and go to the new. And so as precious metals stackers in our market, you just got to understand that there's a lot of things happening that give you signs and signals that we are moving into something new. I've said, I'll keep saying it every video. Guys, sovereign nations and central banks are buying this up, being precious metals, in the physical form, in thousands and thousands of tons of gold and now silver. That, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. And guess what? Everyone's buying and preparing for something new that if you can find the little rabbit holes, or you can find the right information, it's going to paint a picture for you and guide you through this tumultuous time where there's a fog of war, so to speak. There's really a lot of uncertainty with what's going on. You can find the signal and you'll be in a good path. That being said, we're just going to move right into prices. My goodness, all right. Gold up 3,400, almost trading at its all-time high again. Maybe we said before, gold's going to keep going up. It's not, gold paints the picture, it tells the story. And right now, with all the demand across the world for this precious metal, I mean, gold, it is what it is. It's been money for 6,000 years. It's going to keep going up. Silver, my goodness. For a long time, people really enjoyed having $20 silver. We're trading at $39 now. Well, $20 silver, I don't know if we're ever going to see that again. And pretty soon, I'm not sure we're going to see $30 silver anymore. Its previous all-time highs, hitting twice in 1980 and 2010, 2011, being $50 silver. Well, we're pretty quickly approaching that, being that silver is up almost $10 in just 6 months. It is moving. Platinum is still on its mini bull run. Platinum is trading at basically a 13-year high at this point. It is still trading with a lot of volatility, showing that there is a lot of speculation in this particular market. So all around, the big three, gold, silver, platinum, all very strong, as you'd expect, given the circumstances of everything going on and how the markets are reacting to the fact that, essentially there is so much uncertainty with monetary policy, international policy, everything of the sort. So everyone's looking for a safe haven. People are looking for transferable real assets from this old system into a new system. And in the form of physical bullion, you have it in your hands. There is no if, ands, or buts about it. You have those ounces in your hands, and once you have that, secure it in a safe place, forget about it, and on a rainy day, and if you need it, guess what? You've got it. That being said, this is going to be a short one. Be quick. Don't really have too much else to comment on, so if you enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, say something down below, share it with friends, whatever it might be. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and providing you information. And guess what? We're going to review what we've done in the past, what we talked about in the past, and when it comes to fruition, we're going to tell you we told you so. And in this case, here we are, starting to implement a new system. We're going back to the future. We'll see what happens next. Thanks for staying with me another week. Take care, and God bless.